But Tánaiste, I want to raise with you today the conflict in the Middle East, which once again is spiralling out of control. In the last 2 days, the Israeli Defence Forces have killed 50 people and wounded more than 500 in the relentless shelling of Gaza. Their claim that they are attacking Palestinian military targets is a lie, Tánaiste. They are attacking family homes, they are attacking refugee camps, and they are killing women and children. And as if this brutality is not enough, they are now threatening a full-scale military invasion of Gaza. We all know that for years the people of Gaza have been subjected to an illegal and brutal blockade. They are now being subjected to collective punishment by the Israeli government. They're targeting women and children, and this is not acceptable. It is not acceptable either to kidnap and kill Israeli teenagers. It is not acceptable to kidnap and kill Palestinian children. And it's not acceptable for the Israeli government to pound Gaza, one of the most densely populated places in the world, with hundreds of tons of explosives in a matter of days. The firing of rockets from Gaza into Israel should end immediately. But these actions cannot excuse the brutal and overwhelming military force by the Israeli government against, I repeat, a civilian population. So Tánaiste, diplomatic pressure must be brought to bear to bring this violence to an end and to open the way for talks. So I'd like to ask you, Tánaiste, what has the Irish government done in recent days to help bring this violence to an end? Has the Taoiseach, has the Minister for Foreign Affairs, or any minister indeed, picked up the phone to the Israeli ambassador directly, or to the Israeli Prime Minister directly, to express the government's outrage at the use of collective punishment against the people of Gaza?
Thank you. Tánaiste.
Well, again, thank you very much for your congratulations. The government is gravely concerned at the escalating violence and at the civilian casualties which we're now witnessing on the ground in Gaza and in Israel following Israel's launch of a major air offensive against Hamas targets in Gaza, and that's in response to the continued large-scale firing of rockets by Hamas and other Islamic militants against Israel. The Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade issued a statement yesterday in which he condemned unreservedly the indiscriminate firing of rockets into Israel, which pose, as you said, a grave threat to the population. His statement equally condemned the mounting civilian casualties, including reportedly women and children, resulting from Israeli airstrikes against Gaza. And the latest estimates are that more than 70 Palestinians have been killed since the launch of the Israeli operation earlier this week. Both the people of Gaza and the people of Israel have the right to live in peace and security without the threat of indiscriminate violence being visited upon them. The Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade are closely monitoring the situation. They're keeping in contact with our missions in Tel Aviv and in Ramallah. It's recommended that any Irish citizens currently in the region or travelling there should register with the Department on its website. Those considering travelling should check the travel advice on the website, which is updated regularly, and Irish citizens in Israel or the occupied territories should exercise extreme caution and closely monitor developments via local media outlets. It is absolutely vital that all efforts are now made to de-escalate the current situation and bring the current wave of violence and military action to an end. And on behalf of the government, I would appeal to all sides to exercise the utmost restraint, to avoid all civilian casualties and negotiate the earliest possible ceasefire. And obviously the last 4 weeks following the deaths of the 4 young people have been extraordinarily difficult.
Deputy McDonald, 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you, Tánaiste, and I'm sure your advice for Irish citizens is necessary and instructive, but I would put it to you that by far the greater concern at this time is for the citizens, the men, the women and the children of Gaza itself. I've no doubt that you are gravely concerned by this turn of events, and it amounts to more, Tánaiste, than a threat to the people of Gaza. This is a catastrophe in motion. And whereas you itemise a statement made by the Minister, I want to put it to you that that is gravely, gravely insufficient, given the seriousness of the situation and the real possibility that Israeli aggression against the Palestinian population will escalate. So it's now time for more than statements, for more than advice to Irish citizens, or indeed advice to anyone else. Can I ask you again, has there been contact with the Israeli ambassador in this state? Has there been government-to-government contact with the Israeli administration? You know, Tánaiste, that the EU head of mission in Jerusalem in March 2013 accused the Israeli government correctly of deliberately flouting international law, and in fact this accusation has been made time and again indeed. We have seen the population of Gaza pummeled and literally only fed diplomatic rhetoric. We need more than that now. So if there hasn't been contact with the Israeli ambassador, when is that going to happen? If there hasn't been contact with the Israeli administration, when is that going to happen, Tánaiste?
First of all, I should say I myself met the Palestinian ambassador to Ireland, the representative to Ireland, a couple of months ago to actually talk about the issues that you've raised about the difficulties for the populations of Gaza and indeed of the occupied territories. And I agree with you. That's what is happening at the moment is exceptionally difficult for them, and so much that has been done to build up and develop, including very significant support, as you know, from the Irish Development Aid Programme via the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade. Much of that and the contributions from other EU member states may well be undone and set at naught by the developments that we're aware of happening at the moment. So the Department of Foreign Affairs, as I said, they are closely monitoring the situation. They're keeping in contact, which is the important thing, Deputy, I will put to you, with our missions in Tel Aviv and Ramallah, and through that with the administration, both in Israel and in Palestine. And just let me say as well, again, just let me reiterate that the objective of Ireland in foreign policy terms is and has always been to ensure that both the people of Gaza and the people of Israel have the right to live in peace. And as you know, from a diplomatic point of view, we have for many years advocated the development of a two-state policy. Well, you just asked me now.
We're over time. We're over time.
I said the Minister for Foreign Affairs issued a statement yesterday. He is closely monitoring the situation through, what we want here again is we want peace, and we want peace restored in respect of both Israel and in terms of the people of Gaza and Palestine.